Sri Lanka in the grips of political conflict after serious crisis. Sri Lanka's oppressive stability starts to crumble. Going up against Sri Lanka's most terrible money-related crisis, the Rajapaksa family's solicitations to public well-being and Sinhala Buddhist enthusiasm may by and by not be adequate to keep them in influence. The evening of April 2, Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa articulated a weeks-end-long profoundly touchy circumstance on the island after battles discharged outside his Colombo home. While Sri Lanka is not any more strange to seasons of profoundly delicate circumstance, the last option was constrained actually as 2018 in light of against Muslim ruckuses, this time was one of a kind. The battles enveloping Rajapaksa's home followed quite a while of building trouble as a result of immense lacks of fuel and key food things and multi-hour power cuts, normal indications of Sri Lanka's most unpleasantly horrible monetary crisis in numerous years. Sri Lanka's tremendous commitment to weight and utilization of new stores, exacerbated by a faltering the movement business due to the COVID-19 pandemic, have included monetary bungle by Rajapaksa's organization. By the third day of battles, the entire Sri Lankan cabinet had given up. All through late numerous years, organization in Sri Lanka has been a family illegal relationship overpowered by the Rajapaksas. Gotabaya's more settled kin Mahinda was Sri Lanka's chief from 2005 to 2015, coordinating the Sri Lankan government's serious threatening against the liberation tigers of Tamil LTTE, that over the long haul completed the merciless cross-country struggle in 2009. Mahinda is as of now top of the state. More young kin Basil and Chamal involved the spots of cash pasta and water framework serve, separately, preceding leaving on April 3. Gotabaya's nephew and Mahinda's kid, Nimal Rajapaksa, furthermore gave up as Minister for Sports and Youth yet is at this point made sure to be taking a gander at higher political office later on. Sri Lankan President Gotabaya Rajapaksa has declared he will step down after nonconformists raged his authority home and set the top state leader's home ablaze. Neither the PM nor the President were in the structures at that point. Many thousands slipped on the capital Colombo, calling for Mr. Rajapaksa to leave following quite a while of fights over monetary bungle. Mr. Rajapaksa will step down on the 13th of July. Prime Minister Wickremesinghe has consented to leave. The Speaker of Parliament said the President chose to step down to guarantee a quiet handover at force and approached general society to regard the law. The declaration set off an emission of celebratory firecrackers in the city. Political pioneers are because of hold further gatherings to examine a smooth change of force. Sri Lanka's military has spoke to individuals to help out security powers to keep up with quiet. After Saturday's occasions, the United States engaged the Sri Lankan administration to act expeditiously to determine the country's financial emergency. One nonconformist, Fiona Sermana, who was showing at the president's home, said the time had come to dispose of the president and the state leader and to have another period for Sri Lanka. I feel extremely miserable that they didn't go prior in light of the fact that had they gone before there could not have possibly been any annihilation, she told Reuters. Sri Lanka is experiencing wild expansion and is battling to import food, fuel and the medication in the midst of the nation's most awful financial emergency in 70 years. It has run out of unfamiliar money and is needed to force a prohibition on deals of petroleum and diesel for private vehicles, prompting days-long lines for fuel.